Here is your daily tropical update for July 29th. Here we have PTC, or Potential Tropical Cyclone 9, and if you don't know what that is just what they do if they have to issue any warnings or watches before it becomes a depression. As you can see, it could be a threat to the Lesser and Greater Antilles. I also have an area of interest here. It is a 10% per day, 4 to 5. It is a wave coming off of Africa. I do not think this will form, and it could just be another failure. Also, I don't know if I said this, but I'm going to be making my own forecast with my own maps and own really anything. I'm going to try to not copy everything directly from the National Hurricane Center and use the National Hurricane Center. I'm going to make my own based off of the models and everything and what I think will happen. I'm going to do that from now on. I will not use the National Hurricane Center as often. Here's the Pacific side, and as you can see, I do not think that area of interest that the National Hurricane Center has will really become anything. I will put it on my map tomorrow if I do, but as you can see, there's Tropical Storm Douglas. And Tropical Storm Douglas actually peaked as a Category 4 hurricane, and at first models weren't even saying a major hurricane, and it got all the way to a low-end Category 4. So here it is right now. It is a storm currently. And then I will show you my cones and stuff, and then we will get onto the satellite imagery. Here's my cone for PTC. Now, as you can see, I did use the National Hurricane Center map, which I probably won't do that next time, but I just thought of this idea earlier today, and I just need to get things done quickly before this time frame of making this, so I just had to use the National Hurricane Center map. I won't do that next time. I'll use my own. But as you can see, I do think it could actually become a borderline hurricane and not strengthen anywhere past that. I don't think I have the top 75 in there. As you can see that, yeah, but this could change, and some models are calling for it actually weakening from that point, but most models are calling for it to be still a storm or strengthen into a hurricane at that point. And each little interval is a day, so that is 5 days right there. Here's a 3-day cone for Douglas. As you can see, it will weaken into a depression, and then that will be that. I don't think it will really do much at all. I think Douglas has done what it already was going to do. And yes, so Douglas will weaken and go off as another failure. Or not a failure, it actually did do something, but it has done what it wanted to do. So yeah, let's just go over to PTC 9. As you can see, it looks pretty organized at the moment, and it could actually become a storm by 5 o'clock. And by the time this gets out, 5 o'clock update is probably already come out, but as recording this, it is only 4:14 p.m. Eastern Time. So it is still PTC 9. Here's Tropical Storm Douglas, and it doesn't really look like anything anymore. Barely anything on the infrared. Maybe exceptions on the northern side, but it looks just terrible, this storm. I think this needs to go extratropical before it becomes a depression, because it just looks god-awful. Here's the Atlantic, as you can see right here. It is pretty Atlantic looking. There's potential tropical cyclone 9, and the area of interest that I mentioned hasn't quite shown up on the map just yet, but it's getting there. In fact, I think it's that right there, or it could be another wave behind that. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, oh,